Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our very first episode of the First Things First podcast.
We are so excited to have you guys here with us as we embark on this absolutely incredible journey where we will be talking everything pets. We are going to have pet parents, industry professionals, rescue heroes, and every single person that you can think of that is affiliated with pets.
But before we go deep into this episode, we'd like to introduce ourselves. This is Amanda.
And this is Bonnie.
And we are your hosts.
So before we get into other people's business, Bonnie and I decided to put together fun and interesting questions just so you guys get a sense of who we are.
So as much as we know what some of the pet parents would be talking about, we decided it's definitely not our stories to tell. So what we decided is that we best share our experience in the vet industry and the pet industry.
Yes, 100%. So before we go any further, we're going to dive right into the questions. First questions, Bonnie, you ready? You ready?
Yes.
Okay, so what is your earliest memory of falling in love with animals?
I feel like growing up, I've always been a pets person. I don't remember a day in our household without having a pet.
Dogs, cats?
It was more of dogs. I
Okay.
only started meeting cats, I think I was around 8 or 9 years when I visited my grandmother's place.
Yes.
And at first I thought it was a dog.
A tiny age-old dog.
I thought it was just like a Yorkshire Terrier but growing up I didn't know all the different breeds, but I was very curious. I'm like, what type of dog is this? Why is this dog climbing so high?
Yes.
Do you remember when was your first
I would say
encounter?
when we got our first dog. So we didn't grow up with dogs per se, but only when I think I was in grade 7 when we got our first dog. It was a German Shepherd. I am a German Shepherd stan, guys, like literally. And that is when I knew that like I would love animals until I die. Like they just made sense. So I would say in grade 7 when we got our first dog was my.
And how old was the dog when you guys got it?
Hazel she was old at the time. Around 6, 7?
Oh,
It was definitely an old baby.
definitely a mature one.
Yeah, we didn't get a puppy. I don't know why. To just
You
start.
jumped the stage.
Exactly. We went overboard. But yeah, that was my first one. And what is the funniest or weirdest thing any of your pets has ever done?
When my dog starts to behave like cats.
They actually do say that with dogs that spend a lot of time with cats, they mimic some of their traits and vice versa. So that's interesting.
And I also feel like if they could meow, they would
They
meow.
would. They would. But what sort of things would they do that would remind you of cats?
The jump.
Oh.
When they jump, I'm like, listen, you're going to break
You're
your
not a
bones.
cat. They
When they
forget
start
what they are.
jumping, when they start grooming themselves, I'm like, this is definitely not for you. You definitely need a bath.
You need to bath, sir.
You definitely need a bath.
That is crazy.
So Amanda, what is your emotional experience that you've heard maybe as someone who's been in the pets industry for some time, or maybe like a story that a pet parent has shared with you?
I think most of them are from rescue people. I think they have the most heartwarming stories on how they actually find the animals or how the animals find them, because that is always the case. Especially the cats. The cat will find you.
Cats
right?
chooses their own homes, hey?
100%, 100%. So this one lady came in and she said that this cat would come to her yard now and again, but she knew that the cat belonged to somebody else. And one day the cat came and stayed and never left. And the owners were like, oh, okay. Because the cat
What
was
can
not
we do now?
Exactly. They've chosen a home. And I thought that was just so heartwarming as to how pets can actually choose their people.
That's also what I always tell most of our clients, that every time when they come in with their pets, we're like, we found this cat. I'm like, they chose you. And have you had any emotional encounter with your fur babies growing up or currently? Anything that you'd like to share?
Emotional as in sad, or emotional as in...
Moments where you felt like, oh my God, I love this dog so much.
Well, all the time I see their faces, all the time. But one that I would have to say is our latest dog, like the one that just recently passed. He does this thing when there's going to be an emotional event in my life. he literally comes and sits in my room, like without fail, every single time. Literally, the night before my sister passed, he came and he sat there and he gave me the saddest puppy eyes ever.
Aww.
And then again, when there was, I was going to get some news about something, literally the night before, he was there. So
Excited.
exactly, it's almost like he is my emotional partner in a way. He can almost feel what I will feel before I actually feel it. So I feel like that is quite emotional.
So I do believe they do carry a lot of our emotions. As much as I was still very young, we had a puppy. When my dad passed, I was still 4 years. But that was even before I understood what was dead at that time.
Yes.
But that puppy came and cuddled me.
Oh.
As much as I don't have a vivid memory
Yeah,
of
but
that,
you can actually remember that
yes,
happening.
when I look back into that day, I'm like, oh, so that puppy definitely felt what was actually going on at that current moment. As much as I
Yes.
didn't understand, that was even before my mom told us, because she knew we were still young. We never understood what was going on. We just saw people, like family
Coming in and
members
out
we've
the
never seen
house.
before, and that puppy just kept on, you know. And when I
Yeah.
look back now, when I hear a lot of pet parents sharing their stories, I'm like, okay.
You're reminded of that moment.
Yeah.
They always say that sometimes you don't remember the exact moments, but you remember how you felt in those moments. So maybe that's the case for you
Yeah.
in this regard. That is quite incredible, though, when you think about it, because oftentimes animals, especially pets, are just viewed as that, animals, but they're more than that.
They're more than, oh, they're definitely more than just animals. They are definitely more than just animals. I feel like they're emotional supporters. A lot of people, they have healed a lot of people. A lot of people have been healed by pets not even knowing.
Exactly.
A lot of people have had joyful moments not even knowing. And
Yes.
yeah.
I remember the story of this lady that came in at my old job, and her husband had just passed. Her husband had been sick for a very long time. She lost her house, she lost her job. She was practically homeless, and the only thing that she had that was keeping her sane and alive was her dog. And her dog had been missing the day when she came. She was looking for the dog, and it was like an unbelievably sad moment, because you could see that if she was to lose the dog, she wasn't going to be able to survive.
She was not even complete without the dog.
No, and she kept on saying, this dog is the only reason I'm even trying to leave every single day, because I have nothing else to live for.
They definitely are babies. They're not just animals, they are definitely babies.
100%. Enough of the emotional stuff. Enough of the emotional stuff. Being a person who's been in the pet industry, would you say that there is the moment where you saw an interaction with a pet parent and their pet where you're like, oh, this is just too sweet. This is just too sweet.
For me, it's those hugs when they come out of hospital. You know when you're doing a discharge and they just run.
They run.
You know, for me, it's those hugs, those kisses, those tail
Yes.
wagging. I'm like, oh my
Or
God.
they start barking on the other side of the door before the door is actually open, because
They can definitely sense the mom or the dad.
Yes, yes. I think mine, there was a lady that came in, her one dog was in the hospital, her other dog was at home. So she had a camera up of the other dog by the door, literally waiting, but it was like the sweetest thing. Like you'd tell that the pet was actually waiting for the owner to come back. So yeah.
That was a good connection, hey?
It is. And dogs actually are more emotional and more needy and more dependent on you than the other pets. So dogs make that whole life you're the entire life. Like everything they do revolves around your presence and your absence. So that is why I'm a dog person. I am a needy person. I need my pet to need me.
I'm a cat person. I'm very independent.
We believe that. 100%.
I'm very independent.
Even your personality, though, gives very much cat person. Like
I'm very independent. Listen. I have everything in order.
Yes, no. I need to be needed. I need attention. I am, yeah. I mean, we love all pets are incredible, but obviously I just needy.
Independent.
No. Could never be me, babes. Could never be me. If you had to describe working in the pet industry to somebody, and you had to only use 3 words, you have worked in pet stores, in vet clinics, in vet hospitals, what would be the 3 words to just sum up your entire experience in the industry?
It's emotional.
Oh,
Happy moments
Yes.
as well. and it's fun. It's very fun, especially when they come in, ask you 1,000 questions about the difference in dog food, when they come and tell you stories about their pets, when they come in, show you pictures when they had take like a vacation with their pets. I feel like there's so much to share. But I did mention earlier on, it's definitely not our story to tell.
100%, 100%. I think my words would be similar to yours. The first one would be an emotional roller coaster, because one moment you're seeing a cute puppy and you're over the moon, and the next one, the puppy is being put down. So it's like you literally go up and down in emotions.
Are just like...
Exactly. 1 minute you go through the most heartbreaking experience, and you go through the most heartwarming. So it is literally just an up and down of emotions. The second one would be eye-opening. Literally before starting in the industry, I didn't even know half of the products that are there, half of the procedures, half of the diseases that pets can actually get. Like, I was literally clueless.
Dude, and when I started in the pets industry, that was like 7 years ago. And when I came in, I looked at the shelves. I looked at the over-the-counter medication. I'm like, what is all this? What am I doing here? Because for us, when dogs had ticks and fleas, we just used shampoo, a tick and flea shampoo. I didn't know there was medication for ticks and fleas.
Spots on, no.
There was spots on for ticks and fleas. There was even collars for ticks and fleas. I was so clueless. And also when I started at, I remember it was around, I think October, and it was closer to Diwali, and people would come in looking for calming medication.
Yes.
And I was like, what is
happening? Literally, I think my main shocker was the variety in food and the science that goes into, especially the premium brands and the research that is done.
Prescription diets
exactly.
as well, hey?
And when you actually go through the product training, and you're like,
they're definitely like human beings.
100%. And the care and the delicate just research that is put into it to ensure that everything is according to what the pets need was literally just mind-blowing to me. I didn't think there was that much being done with regards to animal food, to be honest with you. So, Bon, people are obviously wondering, why a pet podcast? So if you had to explain to the viewers what inspired us to come up with this podcast.
It's all the lovely stories. It's all the emotional stories. The crazy stories as well.
Don't forget the crazy stories.
The crazy stories. I'm like, it's about time people hear about these stories. We can't just be the only ones who are intrigued with these stories. I feel like it's about time. International people need to know about this. South Africa needs to know about these stories. And also, I feel like it will change minds of other people. 100%. Some people just look at a dog or a cat or a bird.
They see an animal.
The list goes on. And they just see an animal. I mean, there's so much to share and there's so much experiences that pet parents have had. So I feel like it's about time these stories are out there to the community.
So would you say we are trying to indoctrinate people to become animal people?
For sure. 100%.
Welcome to your indoctrination,
Everyone
people.
Everyone's going to have a pet right now.
Animal lovers worldwide. Okay.
So, Amanda, why do you think pet parents will definitely love this podcast? Because they will do.
I think they will love it because it will give them a point of reference. They will realize that their stories are not isolated to them. Something that somebody else might be experiencing might be something similar to what they're experiencing. So it's going to create a sense of community per se, to say, oh, you're going through this. Oh, I'm not crazy. My cat really does do that, you know.
My cat is not weird.
Exactly.
My dog is not weird, you know.
Yes, so it's going to be a perfect point of resonance for pet parents to see themselves and see their pets and other people's pets. Yes. So Bonnie and I have spent minutes now going off about pets and their parents. And this was fun, would you say?
It was definitely fun. And we also got to share just a bit of our experience in the pets industry. But like we did mention, it's definitely not our story to tell. I've been mentioning this because you guys need to just be excited about all the exciting news we're going to bring in for you.
And the guests that we're going to have, like I said, it's going to be a variety of guests with a variety of stories. So you guys definitely need to stay tuned.
And also, we would like to know all the questions you have for the vet professionals that will be coming in. Would like to hear all the questions you'll have for rescue heroes, because I know some people have rescue pets that they have at home and they don't know how to go about. Or someone is looking to get a rescue pet right now, but they don't know what is the right procedure to get a pet.
Exactly.
So stay tuned.
Definitely stay tuned, and to make sure that you do not miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, and share. From myself, Amanda.
And myself, Bonnie.
Until next time.
Bye.